colleagues, this past week I visited the southern border to see for myself the immigration disaster plunging our country into the abyss. I saw for myself parts of the border that former President Trump had secured with walls extended 40 feet up. I saw parts of the border wall that former President Bush put up with walls extending a fraction of that. And then I saw President Biden's border. There were no walls, no security, just a wide open road leading straight into our country that I put on social media. The fact is, President Biden's endangering our national security with only cartel-approved individuals from around the world permitted to cross over the border. These are often individuals who want to do us harm, disrupting our neighborhoods, straining our resources. Biden is allowing cartel partners, his cartel partners, to make millions pouring dangerous drugs and human traffic victims across the border and into our open communities. The public approval of securing the border is now 70%. I still hear not a peep in opposition to Biden's border policy from Michigan Democrats. In fact, they're rolling out their own red carpet through proposing driver's licenses for illegal immigrants, taxpayer-funded housing subsidies, and apparently unlimited funding for immigrant populations regardless of their citizenship status. Meanwhile, these same resources are desperately needed by our own American citizens who actually deserve that help but are then left to their own devices. The governor now breathlessly calls for volunteers to take in the migrants, but ignores the 3,600 foster care children under our care who are in great need of loving homes themselves. If the governor really believed her welcome home court policy, she would lead by example. She would take these huge taxpayer-funded homes she has at her disposal that can hold, I figure, dozens of immigrants and open it up to them. Illegal immigrants are currently being bussed all throughout Michigan at taxpayer expense without the public having a clue about any of this. Who are these people? No one knows. So why are the Democrats all in for this, regardless of the horrific consequences? The answer is simple. It is power. Democrats see every new illegal immigrant as a potential new voter. More illegal immigrants means more potential voters for them as they offer unlimited taxpayer largesse for their votes after achieving the long sought-after amnesty. Republicans could not and should not try to outbid the Democrats. So more illegal immigrant voters for the Democrats, they hope, means staying in power permanently. Here in Michigan, our left-wing leaders are proud to stand behind sanctuary cities that benefit criminals and other illegal immigrants, but put American citizens at risk and in danger. Yesterday, 19 on the other side of the aisle voted to support the sanctuary city policies and also against cracking down on fentanyl. At the border, I learned firsthand about the horrific details many of these trafficking victims endure by the cartels. I heard testimony from people captured in the Darien Gap, one of the most dangerous places in the entire world. The trafficking is exploding because of Biden's effective cartel partners and the open border that they terrorize. Young girls are raped, brutalized, and forced into sex trafficking. Men are forced into drug packaging, and death in this work is no idle threat. But Democrats seem not to care. The open border remains, the cartels remain in power, fentanyl floods in and kills our communities. Little children are routed into horrific sex trafficking starting at age 9, 10 years old. It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Colleagues across the aisle, if you had seen what I saw at the border, maybe you would have voted differently yesterday. Maybe, just maybe, you would have had the compassion to vote to protect and care for Michigan citizens. Maybe, but then again, maybe not.